Todd, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Wyatt.
So let's skip some of the buzzwords and shiny objects and ask, what is IT modernization really?
It's a great question. I think modernization is the buzzword in a lot of ways. Modernization of the infrastructure and IT systems based on old methodologies and paradigms just hasn't worked. We need to start talking about transformation. Transformation wholesale at the enterprise, using new approaches on multi-cloud, leveraging containers, getting away from the commodities that IT's become and really start to focus on higher value capabilities. The future is about doing more with data. It's about leveraging AI, and in order to do that, we need to start transforming and stop modernizing.
How does that modernization affect people, whether it's those in agencies or the Americans who depend on these services?
I think in a lot of ways that is why employees or customers of agencies are having the experiences they have. Modernization, if we're continually rebuilding an application, we're sinking time and money and skills into not necessarily improving the enterprise or the business agility needed to offer a better experience. I think the reality of modern experiences in our consumer lives is that those are driven from deep learning of those customers, what they want, how they've interacted, what they might need in the future. And in order to produce better experiences and outcomes for customers, again, modernization hasn't got there. We need to start talking about transformation, getting away from commodity compute capabilities, and start leaning on producing more with big data and leveraging AI so we can actually improve the service that will drive to better customer experiences.
What's the biggest story in federal IT modernization today?
I think the story in modernization today really has to do with how public cloud's been deployed to meet government requirements. Heightened security and compliance requirements in government traditionally have forced cloud companies to treat their clouds differently for government. It's lengthened the time that those organizations are able to deploy capabilities to meet government needs, and it's really slowed down the innovation that government has access to. So the story there really is about adopting public cloud the way it was intended, while simultaneously meeting the security and certifications that are needed to ensure safety of that data, even though it's in a public cloud.
And finally, what's the biggest risk agencies face today with their IT?
Vendor lock-in and interoperability are the two tenets that have driven a very repetitive approach to modernization. We traditionally modernize system by system. Those improvements have not produced sustainability in a way that we can then turn our efforts to do something different, to improve the mission outcome. So we have to get away from the lock-in, away from technologies that don't allow us to make enterprise improvements. And that's really all about multi-cloud, open platforms, and AI.